Students, today we are going to discuss the topic subject verb agreement. So let's get started. Dear students, subject and verb agreement is one of the most important topic in your English exam, but sometimes you find it little bit confusing. So here we are going to discuss the basic rules that we should keep in mind while framing the sentences. The very basic or the fundamental rule that we must follow is that subjects and verbs must agree in number. Here by number we mean that whether the subject is singular or plural. Accordingly, we'll be using the verbs. And the rule says if the subject is singular, the verb must also be singular. See, for example, she writes every day. Here, she is the subject and is singular, and writes is the verb which is also singular. Yes, dear students, the very important thing that you have to note here is that all the verbs with s or es are singular. We should never get confused that by adding s or es after a verb will make it plural. Never. So, this notion should be very clear to every student that the verbs which are having s or es are considered as singular. Now see the next rule. If the subject is plural, the verb must also be plural. See in this example, they write every day. They is the subject here and they is plural. Write is a verb here and write is also plural. So this is the way we should frame a sentence. A subject which is plural will have plural verb. A subject which is singular will have singular verb. But, my dear students, it is not that easy as it seems. Sometimes it becomes a little bit more complicated than this. And then the question arises what will come now? Now we are going to see when the subject of the sentence is composed of two or more nouns or pronouns and they are connected by and. Then what we will be using? We will be using at that time a plural verb. Let's understand this with an example. Here in the sentence, Mrs. and Mr. Smith are going to the market. Here, two people are there, Mrs. and Mr. Smith. Two subjects are there and they are connected by and. So, which verb will be coming here? We will be using plural verb that is are. Now, coming to our next rule, and here we have to be very conscious because sometimes when and is there, but still we will be using a singular verb. The rule says when two subjects together express one idea, then singular verb is used. Let us see with an example. Here, the example says, earning your bread and butter is essential for living. In this example, you can see, though two subjects are there, bread and butter, but still we are using the singular verb that is. Why it is so? As I've already explained that when two things come together and express one idea, then we are going to use a singular verb. Yes, dear students, sometimes there are certain nouns, though they look like plural, but they are not. They are ending in S, but actually they are singular nouns. There we will be using singular verb. For example, in this sentence, economics is my favorite subject. Economics is singular, though it is ending with S. So we'll be using is in this sentence. Indefinite pronouns like everybody, somebody, nobody, anybody, and anyone, they all take singular verb. Never get confused in this. Always remember everybody, somebody, nobody, anybody, and anyone. And similar indefinite pronouns will always have singular verb. You can understand this by seeing this example. Nobody is perfect in this world. See this rule. If subjects are joined by or, nor, either, neither, the verb agrees with the subject nearest to it. So, what we have to note down, if these words are there, then the verb will be agreeing with the nearest noun. For example, let us see. Neither he nor her sister was there. The next example is he or his friends were to be blamed. In this example, you can see the word sister is nearest to word was. Accordingly, we will be using verb here. In the next sentence, friends, it is plural. So the verb will also be plural. Hope you have understood this clearly. Moving to our next rule, if the words are joined to a singular subject by with, a singular verb is used. Let's see the example now. Now we'll be seeing the rule related to the word as well as. If the subjects are joined by the word as well as, the verbs must agree with the first subject. In such a case, we will not see whether it is singular or plural. We will be just considering the first subject. Let us see the example. The Prime Minister, with his cabinet ministers, is supposed to be present. In this sentence, you can see the use of with, and the verb which is used is singular. Rohit as well as Mohit was missing. In this case, Rohit is the subject that is used first. So we are going to use singular verb. Now see the next example. My friends as well as my family are going abroad. Here also we will be considering the first subject, which is plural here. Accordingly, we are going to use our verb. Hope you have understood this clearly. Let's check out this rule. When the subject consists of one of and followed by plural noun, then the verb will be singular. For example, one of the girls was dancing. As the rule says, when the subject refers to a period of time or a distance or a sum of money, then we'll be using a singular verb over here. As in this example, 1267 kilometers is too long for us to travel in a half day. So here we will be using singular verb. Furthermore, if the words like each, every, or no come before the subject, the verb is always singular. Just check out these examples. No smoking and drinking is allowed. Every man and woman is required to check in. So here we are using no, every, and with that we will be always using singular verb. Yes, students, you must have noted sometimes we use the number and sometimes a number, and the meaning of the number and a number is completely different. So, whenever the number is used, we use singular verb, while the expression a number always uses a plural verb. Let's see the example. The number of people we need to hire is 10, and our number of cars are parked here. So here we can understand the use of expression the number and a number along with the correct use of verb. Titles of books, movies, novels, etc. are all treated as singular and they take a singular verb. Let's see the example. For example, The Burbs is a movie starring Tom Hanks. Here, The Burbs is the name of a movie, though it is having a plural a subject, but still we will be using is. Similarly, The Arabian Nights is a good read for kids. Uncountable nouns like advice, news, media, stationery, weather, progress, all are going to have singular, they are singular subjects and they will be using singular verbs. Now moving ahead, none. None is singular but takes a plural or singular verb according to the sense that is involved in the sentence. Let us understand this in a better way by seeing an example. None were given a chance to speak. I asked for a maid, but none was there. Here in this sentence, in the first sentence, we are considering none and there are many options, so it is considered to be plural. And in the second sentence, we are asking for a singular person. That is why the verb that is used here is singular.